Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Wherein my nose has started to itch. Thumbs up for that. Greetings, and I hope that it's a Saturday as I'm recording this. Saturday, the 2nd of January, 2021. So if you're watching it on that day, hello. If you're watching it on another day, hello. Greetings. So for the Shelton, Washington weather and plague rat report. For the weather, it was raining last night when I went walkies, and it's raining right now. It's been raining all night. We're not raining like it is on the eastern coast of the continental contiguous 48 states of the United States, because over on various parts of the East Coast, it has been raining a lot, and there has been a lot of flooding. This is just normal rainy season for the Pacific Northwest sort of rain. So, I mean, even at that, it doesn't rain as much as it used to, and it rains less than where I used to live. Where I used to live up higher in Washington State, when the mountains came off the ocean. When the clouds came off the ocean to get over the mountains, they had to rain out a bit over the city, and then they could get over the top. So it rained a lot more. Here they don't have to get over mountains to get over our town, and so it doesn't rain quite as much. But it's raining now. Thumbs up for that. Nice and damp. Yay. Could be worse. And for the plague rat report, the people that I saw last night were at least wearing masks. That's good. A definite thumbs up. I try my best to wear mine when I'm in areas where people are, because I still carry pre-rolls with me. And we don't have mandates for it, but you should be wearing them in public places where people are. So that's why when I'm downtown now, when I'm walking through downtown areas where it's still public, but there's more people, and even before that, I was trying to at least try to show. And so I'm wearing my mask more that way, but I still smoke pre-rolls, and so when I'm doing that, of course, no mask. But I try to do that when there's nobody at all around. And then when there are people around, that's when I've got mine back on. So thumbs up for that. Which, so speaking, hopefully I'm going to be able to find, I don't know where in town to find masks. I mean, I've got a pack of disposables, but I need the reusable, wash them, and then reuse types. So I'm looking for more of those. Gotta try and find some online or some such. The ones that I have are getting older, and so they're gonna be not much useful anymore, and so I need to get me some new ones. Ugh. Yay on that. And I can't go driving to anywhere. I don't have a vehicle, so yay. I mean, I can walk around town, and we have a Walmart, and there's a Fred Meyer's it's Fred Meyer's, but it's primarily a food store and not much anything else. Town I came from before, there was a Fred Meyer's there, Fred Meyer / Kroger, depending on where you are in the United States, but up there it was primarily for everything but food, and then they opened up a food section in the last 10 years before I left town. So depending on where you are in the United States, what they decide what they should be storing there. So yay. Anyway, though, hello and welcome. A bunch of just really minor things to talk about. One of them is just how silly my kitty cat is. She used to spend most of her time just finding weird spots in here to sleep, and then she would sleep there. For a time it was directly behind my chair. For a time it was in the window. For a time it was someplace else. So she would find a place to stay and then stay there for 2 weeks and then move. And then she went into the hallway and was just sleeping out in various spots in the hallway. And I would try to get her to come into my bedroom, and she wouldn't come in. I mean, literally, I could not coax her in for love or money or anything. She just would not walk into the bedroom at all. Now that's changed. She only sleeps in my bedroom and is currently, swapping for each place, spend 2 weeks there, and move to another location and sleep there. So she's a very, very silly kitty, but that's okay. I love her very much. She's like approximately 17-ish. So she's gotten older, she's getting thinner, she's getting more bony, but it's not fast, it's not quick. She shouldn't be just kicking off anytime soon. She's just getting older. Natural processes for all of us. Thumbs up on that. Yay. But she's a silly kitty, and that's a good thing. Oh boy, I really have run almost through absolutely everything at all. On my topics list down there. One thing that I did want to talk about, because I've thought about this forever. I mean, it's been like stuff that I've been working on for years for my story stuff. I've mentioned parts of it, and it's the how we are 3+1 beings, which is 3 spatial dimensions, width, height, and depth. And then we have the +1. We are 3+1, and that's our our time sense. We're able to sense the passage of time. We are like every creature in our universe. We are 3+1. Every being that we find is going to be 3+1 at a bare minimum. Who knows if they're more than that? Likely not. I mean, how could they be? With our universe right now, for everything that we've been able to see is 3+1. So, the odd part about that, of course, is that in physics, you can run an equation both directions. The direction of it doesn't matter. As long as the math works, you can run the equation either direction, and it's not a problem. And the question has been, why is time not that way? Now, only for a Cliff's Notes thing, because I watched this off of actual science channels talking about science and actual science, but it's every interaction as we go through time leaves a mark of what happened, so there's an informational record. Now, let's say it's just a ball of rock that's traveling through time. The beginning of its existence is here, the end of its existence is here. As it goes through time, every impact, every cosmic ray that passes through it is a record, a mark, an informational thing that you can, if you had the tools and the ability to do so, you could deduce what happened from each of those things. Now, if you take a look at the life of the rock, from it coalesces from the dust here, it's an unimaginably long passage of time, of course. And then it passes through time, but through time, in the end, would break down into smaller pieces that, because of just the way our atomic particles and things work on a very small and quantum level, matter evaporates. Eventually, there would become nothing. So the rock would begin from nothing, become a rock, and then at the end of its life, is no longer a rock. But you run that backward, and it would require so many absolute coincidences that it just doesn't work. Like, let's say it halfway through this rock's lifespan, a cosmic ray passes through it and leaves a very small, one particle sized hole through it. But just boom, just leaves a hole. That's an informational record. Run the equation backward, and this rock would have to just coincidentally end up in one spot where a ray would pass through it and erase that hole. All of these things that happen through its lifespan would have to unhappen. And that is such a ring. Yes, everything that happens running in this direction is an amazing coincidence, but it leaves a record. And to run it in reverse, all of those consequences and life things have to unhappen coincidentally. And the odds of that they're 0 and less. So yeah, time only runs in one direction. The equation isn't balanced, so it can't run that way. So for the Cliff's Notes thing on why time doesn't run in both directions, that's the really quick one. If you want to actually get the real deep thinking on it, there's like PBS Eons and a whole bunch of science channels that talk about this stuff, and it's all really, really cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. There is more. There's another channel that's called Thought Heat 2, and the fellow on there talks about a lot of different things, and one of them is what is the whole flat earth phenomenon, why it's growing, and the issues and problems with it, and why it's so hard to fight and so easy to believe. And that's a pretty good channel too. So if you're interested in learning things, there's a ton of really good channels out there. And as I have said, our brains are use it or lose it as you get older. So it's a good idea as you get older. Ooh, I snorted. That as you get older, watch these channels, learn things, try and figure stuff out, be creative, stretch your mind, try to believe 2 impossible things before breakfast. But of course, make sure that they're good things that are impossible that you're learning, not bad things. I read a book by a very good author that really tied that one up, and why there was a bad punishment that was horrific, because they were in a university of sorts and you had to learn these things, and if you did enough bad stuff you would be punished. There was a book that you would have to study, but it was wrong information, and you would be quizzed on that wrong information. And when the wrong information was all done and your punishment was over, then you got to go back and start relearning. But you had this impediment now in your head all the time of that bad information. It would always still be there, and you'd have that stumble point of, okay, is this the real stuff or is this the bad stuff? So you did not want that punishment. You want to make sure that you're thinking good thoughts. As much as I may laugh at stuff like the flat earth people and various other conspiracy types, it is a very dangerous way of thinking. We live in a physics-based universe. There is magical thinking. It does not change anything but up here. And if you put this up here into the real world, it has potentially deadly consequences. So please, if you're finding yourself getting caught up in conspiracies, do your best to try and get out. It's not good. I mean, we live in a wild and weird universe where things are strange and bizarre, but it's also physics-based. It's not magical thinking-based. And as much as this was used by people who really need to just absorb it for themselves, it's like, yeah, for real and for true, facts don't care about our feelings. They really don't. Real life is real life, whether we want it to be or not. So please, don't do anything dangerous and start to believe weird conspiracy theories. The universe works the way it works. Our world works the way it works. And that's just, I mean, there are bad things. There are bad people. There are conspiracies. But people are people. We don't let things be secret for long. If you have a conspiracy that requires a lot of people being incredibly silent for huge amounts of time, we're human beings. We can't keep secrets. We're not good at that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, indifferent. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very, very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. I do my best, but I'm a-going to fail. And even though I count in American Sign Language with the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, morning cannabis use, I'm sometimes lucky that I can even remember what my own name is, and there are times I'm not good at that. So we have TMR Solo, thumbs up and thank you. Ice Damon, it is good to see you, thank you very much. Emmanuel Cristobal, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, always good to see you in the comments, thank you. Confused L29, and as well, good to see you too. And Nick David, thumbs up and thank you. Forward Games, greatly appreciated. We have, I like the name, Banana John, and actually I would love to play Left 4 Dead. And we have Melissa R, always good to see you as well. Thank you so much. Sean Villar, good to see you in the comments. We have Typing, thumbs up and thank you for the information. Kapaki, thumbs up and no I have not yet. Romeo Livingston, I have very good parafoveal vision. I end up reading comments whether I mean to or not. Thank you very, very much. And then we have Corbin Schomer, thumbs up and thank you. Little Lumen, greatly appreciate. Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and good to see you. We have Cellar Door Whispers. I really like the name still and good to see you in the comments. We have Scott49140, thumbs up. It's written very oddly, so it's like GRVJMVJMVJ866H and then Metropolis, but digits instead of vowels. So thumbs up and thank you. We have Jack L, greatly appreciated. Fat Boy, thumbs up. Giraffe Long Neck, good to see you in the comments. Blake A, thumbs up and thank you. Crystal Phillips, thumbs up. And then Angel Torado, thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you. Each person I managed to thank, each person I did not. Thumbs up and thank you so much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text. And that is so much a good thing. When you're depressed, as I am, and especially during a pandemic, and you're introverted, as I am, you need to get other people's voices in the echo chamber of your own skull. Appreciate it to no end. And if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without becoming a patron member, I have the PayPal link down below. My sincere apologies, sore throat, and that's a choice. PayPal link down below, and if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And good Lord. If you could hit the notification bell down there on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. A definite thumbs up. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, and good golly, Miss Molly. Hokey smokes. My poor voice box. Like I said, I think I'm getting a cold, so yay. But I have this video here. I have a video I need to record, edit, and render. I'm always thinking of creative, although extremely weird things to record, so who knows? I may come up with something else on that as well. Definitely a thumbs up as well. So, please wash your hands, wear a mask, try to practice your social distancing, stay in unless you have to go out. We've got to get through this. This is one of the only ways. And of course, the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon those it finds necessary. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And Black Lives Matter. Golly Miss Molly, that shouldn't even be a point of contention. And justice for everybody, the jack-booted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating, brutalizing, and murdering American citizens in their homes and on the streets. Yay. So, yes, I've got this video. I have another video I need to record, edit, and render, so my day is going to be busy, a good thing. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. This time I'm actually finished. A good thing. So, stay as creative as you can. Practice as much self-care as you can. And I will see you, my friend.